Hi Libra, welcome to today's reading. Pick a comfy spot, grab a nice warm drink, and let's see what the universe wants to tell you. So today we're going to be doing a future self spread. We're going to have 5 different piles, if you will. So first one's going to be, who are you now? Second one's going to be, who will you be in the future? Third one's going to be something you need to spend less energy on. Fourth one is something that you need to spend more energy on. And fifth, what does your future self want you to know? So I'm going to use a few different decks here. Oh, my deck's upside down. I don't typically read reversals. And I usually keep all of my cards upright. Okay. So right off the bat, it looks amazing. Let's see what else we are going to get. Okay. Okay, so the first pile we have here is who are you now? You have the appreciation card, and for the second card here, I'm using, this deck is the Guardian Angel Messages Tarot, and so a few of them have different names, but they're basically all the same cards as the regular tarot. This card is called Ego, but it's actually the devil. So for the first pile here, for who are you now, you have appreciation and the devil, 2 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. So I think right now, oops, well, they fell out, so we're going to have to look at them. So I think right now, not trying to call you out or anything, you're focused very strongly on the material. And that doesn't always have to be a bad thing. It can obviously get out of hand. With these 4 cards that fell out here, though, I can see that we're getting the message that, we're focusing, right now you're focusing a lot on the material world, the physical world, your money, your abundance, your home, all the things. But you're wanting, even though you're like hyper focused on the here and now and the physical, like maybe your job is really demanding, maybe your career is really demanding. Even though you're super hyper focused on that right now, what you're really wanting is love. So we got the 8 of Cups, the 4 of Wands, the King of Cups, and the Lovers. So I can see here that even though this is what's going on, this is really what you want. Okay. So who will you be in the future? We have Action and the 4 of Earth, which is the 4 of Pentacles, which is a funny one to come out with Action because the 4 of Pentacles isn't really known for being an action card. So let's see what else we get here. So your future self, who will you be in the future? Okay, I see. So you're going to eventually get to a point with this focusing on work and money and career and stuff. You're going to eventually get to a point with it where you realize that you can only do so much. Things are going to happen the way that they're going to happen in the physical. And, the more you focus on, I need to do this and do that and do this and do that, the more it's just kind of stressing you out, and things don't change that way. That's not how we manifest. So I think in the near future here, you're going to realize that that's not how manifestation works. If you want something, you have to be in the energy of that thing. And so I think that also in the future here, things are going to shift a little bit from this earth energy being the most important thing to you, to kind of more both things, the emotional and the physical. Because like everybody needs to pay bills. Everybody needs to work, obviously, unless you were born, with a trust fund, which in that case, good for you. But most of us do need to work and make money, and it can be a stressful thing for basically most people. But I think in the future here, you're going to see that there's more to life than that. Okay. So something you need to spend, or you should, can't tell you what you need to do or what just here to make suggestions based on what I get from the cards and spirit. So something you should spend less energy on. We have victory and the 3 of fire, which is the 3 of wands. And it says here, goals, expansion, vision. So yeah, something you should spend less time on is chasing money. That's basically what this is saying. Then you got the strength, the hermit, and the page of cups. So what spirit is saying here is something you should spend less energy on is worried about winning, worried about having enough money to buy the best of this and having enough to buy the best of that. At the end of the day, life is not about those things. Nobody gets to their end of their life and they're like, wow, I'm really glad that I, worked 16 hours a day so I could afford that really big house or afford that whatever. Nobody says that at the end of their lives. You know what I mean? Absolutely, you need to work to be able to survive. But beyond that, everything else is just like nice to have. And what we sacrifice for the money to be able to afford to have those nice things is time. And you only have so much time in this lifetime. So you need to be aware of that, okay? So I think what Spirit is saying here is that you might want to think about spending a little bit less time energetically chasing money and physically chasing money. So energetically chasing money is being worried about it all the time, basically. And then physically is obviously like working. As long as you have everything you need to survive and some extra to do, some things that you want to do, beyond that, you're just working and you know what I mean? You're not going to get that time back. So something you should spend more energy on. You have patience and the 2 of swords. Ooh, this is interesting. Then you got judgment, 7 of swords, high priestess. So basically what I just said here with the excuse me. What I just said here with the something you need to spend less time on, it's basically saying the same thing. You really need to make a decision about what is important in your life. And with the high priestess coming out here, you know deep down that, if you could, you wouldn't spend an exorbitant, how do you say that word? a huge amount of time working if you didn't have to. You'd spend more time enjoying. And having to is really just something that we decide. We may think that we don't have a choice, but we always have a choice with the Two of Air. So something you should spend more energy on is choosing wisely what you spend your time on. And now I am not out here trying to tell you guys that you shouldn't work or that you shouldn't put in 100% when you do work. I'm just saying, if you're somebody who has a regular, full-time job plus 2 or 3 side hustles, because you're trying to keep up with the Joneses, or because you're trying to, basically keep up with all the things that everyone's supposed to have nowadays, you don't need to do that. You can spend some time doing things that you love, pursuing your passions, and looking for love and putting in the work to getting yourself ready for that to enter your life. Because I can see that, like, deep down here, this whole spread is about, physically what's going on in your life, your abundance, your career, you know what I mean? But deep down, these cards they fell out. These cards jumped out of the deck because deep down, this is what you want. Okay? And if you want that, it's not just gonna love's just not gonna like show up at your house and break through your window and like okay, I'm here, you know what I mean? So you have to put time and energy into creating space for that in your life if that's what you truly want. Okay, so what does your future self want you to know? You have the thinking woman, which is kind of like the Queen of Swords energy, and you have the Empress. So your future self wants you to know that you are more than capable of having both. Okay, let's see what else we got. Ooh, the Tower, the Queen of Wands, and the Three of Wands. Yes, you are more than capable of having both. And with the Tower showing up here, and then the the Queen of Wands and the Three of Wands, that's just telling you that things are going to change so that you are better able to balance both parts of your life. When you're so focused and you're on, the way that your life is and has been for a long time or always has been, it's hard to think about adding something else to an already full life. Like nowadays, humans, even if you don't work a job and 6 side hustles, which a lot of people do, even if you don't, you're still way busier than human beings were designed to be. And so thinking about adding something else into the mix can be overwhelming. But your future self wants you to know that you are the Empress. You are more than capable of having it all. The Empress tells you that it may be time to switch from a more masculine, action-based energy to a more feminine, receptive energy. So sometimes we need to realize that we need to spend less time doing and more time being open to receive and just kind of seeing what the universe brings to us when we make space for things to enter into our lives. When there's no space for anything, the universe can't bring you anything, right? So that's what I have for the main spread. So before we go, we're going to pull a self-care card and a mantra card for the week, okay? So the self-care card is something that you can do this week. Spend a little bit of time on self-care. Show yourself a little bit of love, okay? Self-care is very important. Again, I can see here clearly that you're very busy, okay? But it is very important to spend some time, okay, practicing self-care. So let's see, what can Libra do this week to practice self-care? Oh, I love that. Make a vision board. Oh my goodness, this is funny and ironic that it's like, hey, do something else. And this doesn't have, this can just be on Pinterest. This could be, it would probably take you more time and energy to do it physically, but if you want to, if that's your thing, if like, you know, touching items is your thing, absolutely make yourself a physical vision board. But you can always do this on Pinterest. And so if it is love that you're trying to attract into your life, or you're trying to make room for, and you're trying to worry less about, you know, the grind, then make a vision board that aligns with that. So, you know, pictures of people relaxing, pictures of people being open and receptive, pictures of people in love, things along those lines, okay? That's a really cool one to come out with this. And then our final card before we go is going to be your mantra for the week. So something you can tell yourself to keep yourself on track. Okay, keep yourself positive. Mantras are good for, you know, that little weekly or daily reminder or whatever it is. Let's see. Oh, I love this. So we have a message on one side and then the mantra on the other side. So great things are done by a series of small things brought together. That's amazing. So if you feel overwhelmed here, I totally get it. And then your mantra for the week is, I love who I am becoming. I love that. Because sometimes when we, you know, like we have this part of our lives and that part of our lives and whatever, and we feel like we're missing some part of it, it can feel like, oh, I'm never going to be that person who has this and this and this and whatever, or has it all. But it happens, you know, one step at a time. Great things are done by a series of small things brought together. So one last time before we go, your mantra for the week is, I love who I am becoming. Okay, Libra? So that's what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Until next time, remember, you are smart, kind, beautiful, and brave. Bye, my friend.